Flashpoint? Why did you start this whole entire thing?
I started this because there was a moment when I said my life was over, and I really believed it to be true. And I'm not going to get into all the story here because this is about the authors, but that seed, that pain, me feeling like my life was over and believing it, not knowing that there was a flashpoint moment, not knowing that I could ever turn things around, not knowing that I could be here hosting an event like this with these people. That was not even a possibility for me at that time. So there's been many flashpoints for me, but the flashpoint for this was that realization that there is a moment when it makes sense. There's a moment when you're in your passion, your purpose, your mission, and there are moments. It's not always there, but there's moments. And I wanted to bring this message of flashpoint to the world, to give the world hope, to say there is a flashpoint moment in my future.
Well, his story is very powerful, and I've been through so much that I was able to really, his story resonated with me, and Flashpoint was just one of those things that seemed obvious, at the time. So
now, why Flashpoint? Because I love clarity in life, and Flashpoint and the motivation behind Flashpoint makes me feel compelled to gain clarity, act upon it, and move forward. So yes to Flashpoint, yes to Austin J. Hayes.
I'll follow Austin anywhere, anytime. He has done so much to help me shift out of my story and into a life of my dreams. So I do a lot I follow to just support him. I didn't know how inspired I could be until I was at this event.
Guys, I'd be remiss if I don't start with this. Austin, thank you so much for having this segment.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Number one, I want to say thank you to every person who's ever clicked on Flashpoint, clicked a like, commented, got engaged, and said something's going on here. This crazy guy who's always on live talking about Flashpoint and all this stuff. But you know what? We're passionate, and we are going to press forward, and we appreciate you because we want your turnaround story, and we want it to start here, and we want it to start now. So regardless of what has happened this year, we are prepping, we are planning, we are plotting, and we are scheming to have a great finish, to rise above the noise, to rise above the noise, to dial into our heart's truest intention, to fire up the engines, to spark that passion that is in each and every one of us. It's in you, it's in me, and it's now. We don't have to wait. We can fire up the engines right now. And today I am honored, privileged, appreciative to go back and revisit Flashpoint. Your turnaround story starts here. 12 incredible stories and the lessons learned. And today we're fortunate enough to have some of these amazing authors with us. But for those that are not with us live, we have some virtual things that we can share. We are going to have fun, and I want you to comment. I want you to ask questions. I want this to be about your turnaround story. Of course, we're on here live, and we're going to be pouring out our hearts. We're going to be sharing some insights, some information. The seasons are about to turn. I'm excited. I'm looking out the window. The summer's kind of fading, and the leaves are like starting to wilt, and I'm watching all this transpire, and I'm saying change is in the air, and that might be exactly what you need. So I want to invite you to grab a moment, grab a breath here. As we do in the show, dial into the present moment with me and make sure that you get something, or perhaps you may want to give something today. You have a comment, you have a concept, an idea, you want to type it in, and by all means, share your questions. But first, here's what I want to do to start this off. I am blessed and honored that when we launched this, we had the event energy enhancer, none other than Angel Shines. I'm just going to say Angel Shines because Angel stepped into our space as a part of our launch. and she brought some amazing energy. So I was just fortunate enough to be on Angel's show. She has a movement called the Shine On Movement. It's reaching globally, just like light spiraling out all over the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Angel on because she has another commitment, and I want to bring her on just to give her an opportunity. Angel, are you ready? Are you ready? I know she's ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready to spark that energy, sparking that. I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much, Austin, for allowing me to come on with your beautiful authors. So thank you so much.
Yes, Angel, and you added so much to the last event for us. You hosted it, you coordinated, you helped. You did a great. I'm going to say great. You were like an artist, just eliciting from the authors, right, through the questioning, through knowing how to manage an event, knowing how to infuse energy in, which is what your forte is. So I want to invite everybody to connect with Angel as a part of this, and we're excited. So Angel, I want to hear about you because I was just on your show, Your Time to Shine. I was fortunate enough to kick off your show, which is now going to be the second season is going to be reaching further with the Shine On movement. So please, give us an update. Let everybody know about what you do, and then we're going to get into the authors after that.
Thank you, Austin. First of all, I want to say kudos to you, authors, for doing this and to being here today and taking the time, and Austin giving the platform. So thank you. And just like you said earlier, when you spark that inner shine, that inner energy within you, whatever that means to you, your divine purpose, passion, or your goals, however you look at it, what happens is you really do shine, and you create this energy that goes out to the world globally. And that's with my show, the Shine On Show, which is every Thursday now on E360. That is helping you understand how you can get some secrets on how to step into more of your energy and to have that boost, but then also day to day when things happen and you get that negative, but also how you can step in. And then the other show that you were on that you helped me kick off was the Your Time to Shine International. Yes, give me that. Yeah. International. I love this one.
There you go. And we got the light here. We use that on the show, but there's the light. Shine on, shine. Flashpoint. There you go.
So thank you so much, because it is a flashpoint. It's an aha moment. It is however you want to label it, but it is coming from that inside out and taking those thought leaders, those game changers, the co-authors coming onto the shows and just saying, hey, there it is. Hey, Jenna, there it is. And here's how I'm showing up to really radiate and move out the energy. And I'm blessed. Thank you so much, Austin, because being the event energy enhancer, I'm helping events all over the world raise the energy so we're not so doomed out.
Yes, because how many of you have been to a boring event? Right? You're sitting there and someone's lecturing, they're going through slides. Get me out of here. My goodness, I've been through so many of those meetings, and they have a purpose. But that's what Angel does well. She's able to come in and add the energy, make people feel excited to be a part of something. And that's exactly why I brought you on, Angel, to help with our event, launch the book here as it's continued to get out there to the world. I've had people tell me that they couldn't put the book down. They couldn't put it down because the stories were so compelling. They wanted to keep going into the book. But I think that launch that you helped host was paramount to the success and the book going Amazon bestseller.
Yes. And I want to reiterate that it's a no-brainer. That one just gets you. Yep. And then getting to meet all of you authors that are really being that game changers. Keep going, because we need you right now. We need you to get that out, and getting to know certain ones of you. I mean, I am just blessed to know your tribe and be involved with your tribe.
Yes, thank you so much. And I know you have a limited time, but I want you to stay on here when I bring our next guest on. Yes. But first, I want to if you can give us an update since the March event, since hosting that, what's happening in your world? Like what's exciting? What are you most focused on for 2021?
Thank you for asking. The focus I'm on is getting out globally the Shine On movement. Okay. And that is the show. And then also highlighting you and the other authors also on the other show. And then the other thing is launching my empowerment coaching, which is a one-on-one about, really about where's your energy. No matter what you want to do in your life, your vibration, energy, and frequency. So being able to do that empowerment coaching online and helping others is, oh, thank you, Jenna, is so beautiful to be able to help others, because right now the energy and what we have in our world, it's scary. And I know a lot of things. So being able to understand your energy. So that's what I'm most passionate about right now, is helping people online with the coaching, because it's not just coaching, it's understanding. And we do a lot of things. It's not sitting there. Is energy, is really feeling energy, and you understand that.
Yes, baby, bring on the energy. We need it.
Yep.
I call it emotional elevation in our tribe, but it's energy. It's cultivating it, and it's not necessarily hiding where you are, but it's embracing where you are and then elevating your energy. So, Angel, I know you have limited time, but I want you to hang on, because
I'm hanging on.
Thank
you, Mandy. Also, thank you, Mandy.
Mandy, yes, Mandy's going to be on here too. But I'm going to be bringing on Daphne. But first, Angel, stay with me.
As you're living life, you don't really understand it. You don't see it very clearly. You're just trying to get through, and you're moving on to the next thing that makes sense to you. And it is true that hindsight is 20/20. So when you get the opportunity to look back and reflect at not only what you've been through, how you chose to get through it, but those little steps and decisions you make along the way, and you're not entirely sure what's driving those decisions at all times until you turn around and look at it, and then you see the motivation and it blows you away. The bigger picture is always doing the best for our culture and our society. And the better we do it, our storytelling, the better we release stigma and focus on solutions together, the stronger we're just going to be as a society.
All right, there we go. That's Daphne. Daphne, are you ready? I want to make sure Daphne's ready. Just throw her on here. But that's Daphne. She was our editor, super professional behind the scenes. Not even behind the scenes, really. Not anymore. She's out in the forefront. Her name's on the cover too, as a part of our project. But I'm going to give her a moment to join. But in the meantime, we have one of our authors here. Somebody hiding behind the curtain. I see him behind here. Who do you think it is? Who do you have any guesses, Angel? Who's the first one to show up? The first author.
Is it Mandy? Is it Emilio? Is it? Oh, wait.
No, who's hungry? Who's hungry?
Who's hungry?
Who's hungry? You got to be hungry. Who's hungry?
Who's hungry? Who's hungry? Oh, Michelle? No. Lucy? No. Who is it? Drum roll.
Ready? Here we go. I'm bringing them on.
Who is it? George? No, it's Jessa.
Jason King. What's up, Jay?
Nothing much. As soon as you said that, I started laughing.
Well, I'm hungry. There's that song. It says, "Every day I'm hustling," and that's Jason King, man. He is hustling. This guy's passionate. He's hungry. He wants to be he is a motivational speaker, but he wants to do so much more with his business and his brand. And Jason, talk to me, brother. You got Angel here for a couple minutes. Angel, I know you have another commitment. Jason, and Daphne's going to join us too, by the way, because she's just working out her camera. So don't you go anywhere. Listen.
All right.
You clicked on here. You got to get something here. Here's the rule. You got to get or you got to give.
All right.
Jason, I want to hear an update from you, brother. Tell us what you do. Let's reach the audience with what you do first. Give us.
Motivational speaker. Also, do legal insurance and identity insurance, and author.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're an author in the book, which is awesome. What's been happening? So, where are you focusing your time mostly right now?
Well, I've been with my legal insurance and the motivational speaking. I'll be in Phoenix in the 1st of October to the 4th. I'll be leaving the
Phoenix.
4th. Yeah.
Come see
Yeah.
me.
In
Come see
Phoenix, you're
me.
going to be right in Angel Marie's
Come
neighborhood.
on. Come see me.
Hey,
Call me up.
all right. Hey,
Hey, see
Austin
that?
has my number and we can meet up.
Okay.
We're
All
doing this
right.
now. We're
I
doing
love
this
it.
now.
Legal
Send your
Shield
message.
is
Send your number now. This is how this works. I'm serious. Listen, I'm serious,
right.
man. Get your phone. Get on Facebook. Send Angel
All
your
right.
phone number. This is how this works. Boom.
Right now.
Connection
Yep.
now,
All
man.
right.
We're gonna do it now. See, this is the
I
way.
don't think I
you know
have
what?
her as a friend on Facebook. Let me
Okay,
see.
well, let's do that
Yeah.
now, man. Send her a friend request.
Yeah.
There
So
we go.
everybody in the audience, I know we're giving you behind the scenes here, but I want you to understand the power of now, right? Now is not just it's being present, but it's doing something right now where this connection can happen. Look, right now, Jason's going to go to Phoenix, and if he meets up with Angel, who knows what can happen? You don't know
Angel,
what
what's your
doors
last
can
name?
open for you. You see what I mean?
Monticelli.
Yeah.
Okay, how you spell that?
Yes. M-O. I wish I could put it in the chat, but I don't have
Yeah.
access to the chat
Well,
M
you
for
let me
some
do
O.
it.
reason.
I will do it.
Oh, you know what?
Maybe
I think I just. Oh no! Wait.
Angel Marie. It's always Angel Marie, and then Monticelli. Monacheli. And he'll do
Yeah.
the
I just put it in the chat, in
Yeah.
the private chat.
in the private
And
chat.
I'm gonna
There we go.
Jason, I'm gonna
Oh.
send it to you.
I got something like crazy looking like monster. I was like, nah, that's
No,
not
because you got
her.
to put my last name. You got to put my last name.
Yeah, I mean your last name is up. Yeah.
Crazy.
I'll figure it out after I get off of here. Since I
But
got
listen,
you. Yeah.
I just sent you her name, so you got it.
Okay.
You got it. All right, Jason.
All right.
So
I just got it.
So let's give us an update on what do you want to happen for the rest of 2021?
Man, we have our Legal Shield has our first convention. That's why I'll be in Phoenix a year and a half. So after that, definitely I'm going in running and I'm coming out running. Just excited to see everybody that I knew before Zoom, who I met on Zoom. Just living the life I'm supposed to live. Like
Living the life I'm supposed to live. There you go, man. Listen, I want you to hang out, and I have another author here in the room that we're going to bring in. But I also want to give Angel an opportunity if she needs to egress or she has a couple minutes.
Oh, I got to say hello to Daphne. I'll stay as long as I can.
And Lennox might make a guest appearance today. We don't know when he'll show up.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Yeah.
So we have another author in the room. Daphne's having some issues with her camera.
Okay.
But I am going to bring on our next author. Who do you think that is?
Mandy. Oh no, we got muscles coming on.
Who do you think that is? Who's our next author coming in?
Gordon.
Ready? The founder
What's up?
Gordon.
What are you doing today?
Fitness.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Gordon, what's up, brother? Bro.
Guys, how you doing?
Gordon, man, you are on a mission right now, man. We had Rudy Rudiker speak at our convention, at our event, and then I go on Facebook and I see Gordon doing selfies with Rudy. I'm like, what the heck's going on here, man?
Yeah, that was pretty intense. It was a lot of fun, man. He brought a lot of knowledge. Very down to earth guy. I really, really like him a lot. I'll tell you what, he just said, be authentic, be honest with yourself, and go after your dreams. Never stop.
Yes. Listen, Gordon, I want everybody to. I know we're having some fun here today, but I want everybody to know who you are. You're obviously one of the authors in the book, 12 turnaround stories, and you got a great one and what you're doing today. But I want to give you an opportunity to just really dial into the audience. I know there's someone out there, maybe more than one, that needs to hear from you.
Yeah, well, my name is Gordon Burdecki. I'm the owner and CEO of Garage Fitness. I'm the bestseller author of Unleash Your Ultimate You, Change Your Mindset, Change Your Body. I'm also the co-author of Flashpoint, Your Turnaround Story. And I'm also in a couple of different books now. Keep Smiling Movement by Ken Roshan. A few of those books. I started publicly speaking recently, more. And I did a couple events and made it to the semifinals. And with my business, what I'm doing too, let's go back to that. I am now going to be teaching other trainers to do exactly what I do out of my backyard, in my garage, and I'm going to be training them. And I'm going to be holding the summit meeting. And also, I want to know if I can interview you, and if we could sit down and do like 20 minutes or half an hour, so I can get your insight on how to run a successful business.
Yeah, brother, I'm in, man. I'm absolutely in, man. I want to help you grow. I want to see garage fitness all over the globe.
Yeah.
So whatever we got to do, and I love the fact that you got a system. You know your stuff, and there's a lot of people in the fitness world right now. But you've been at this for, I know, a long time. But I'll let you share.
I've been at this for over 23 years.
23
I started
years.
training myself when I was 13 years old. So that's how long I've been training. But in the fitness industry, it's been over 23, 24 now, going on 20, probably 24, 25. So
it looks about 25, which
I'm 46 years old now. So I started training when I was 13. That's 33 years ago. Now I've been training in the fitness industry for over 23 years. And by 24, I think I started. And I started in corporate America, and I worked for a gym called Valley Total Fitness. I worked for LA Fitness. I worked for a small mom and pop gym. And then one day I had enough of working for other people and decided I'm going to work for myself. And 8 years ago, that's when I opened Garage Fitness. I'll tell you what, when I did that, I literally went from making a decent living to making nothing when I started working for LA Fitness. And that's why I decided to go into my own business.
Yes.
Imagine just buying a house, right?
Yes.
Just buying a house, raising a daughter, right? And then
I met your daughter. She's beautiful.
Making $50 an hour. That's what they paid, $40 with commission to make it $8 an hour. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to open my own gym. What I did was I wanted a large overhead, and I put about 30 grand into my garage out back. And from there, it just grew. And there's some failures and bumps and bruises along the way. And that's what I'm going to be teaching other people. Now I'm earning over 6 figures doing what I'm doing out of my backyard. So, yeah.
You know, lots of great things start in the garage, right?
Right, yeah.
A few companies we could mention.
Who else started in the garage? Who are the other people? Like, they're out there.
Apple. Who else?
Microsoft, I think, started in your garage.
Microsoft.
Yeah, who else? And Amazon, right?
Wright brothers.
No, Amazon
Wright
did,
brothers.
Right? Yeah, it's crazy. Where it starts at? You start in your hub, and then it grows. And you know what the best part about it is? I don't really have to go anywhere. I can keep this location, and I'm going to license out Garage Fitnesses and teach them to do exactly what I'm doing out of their backyard. And all I do with that initial investment, once you have that, that's it. Especially during these times where we're in the pandemic, and I don't know if this is going to go away. So if it's not going to go away, I have the perfect opportunity for other trainers to do exactly what I'm doing.
Yes, and trainers need that system. So awesome job. I'm going to bring on Daphne because she's finally, looks like we got her ready. So, all right, you ready? Let's give Daphne. Come on, let's go. Let me see it. Come on, here we go. You ready?
Let's go.
She's rocking the hat today, and I got my hat too because, you know, today I came to play. You know what I'm saying? I came to play because, speaking of Flashpoint, we're flashing. We got lights. Daphne, how are you? Oh, we got to know. Hold on, we got sound. We don't have any sound. Anyway, while we're waiting, I will say, Daphne through Emilio, and we connected. It was an instant connection, and we're actually working on the second book right now, the health turnaround story. So if you know somebody has a health turnaround story, make sure you connect us. But this first book was just a pleasure to work on, and just putting it all together and getting the stories in, and you know, making sure each author was honored, and making sure that you can connect with the authors, which is so important. You know, so Daphne, I'm not sure we'll do another sound check. Are you with us?
Yeah, you're muted, honey.
You know what it is? If you go to the camera mic little wheel at the bottom,
At the bottom.
click on that. and you should see audio tab, and then you should see mic, and then you should be able to select your mic. But in the meantime,
Darn it.
I'm going to give the authors or Angel, why don't I turn it over to you because you have to leave soon.
Yes, I do. I need to take off right now, but I am so honored to be here. I wanted to say hello to Daphne because she does some amazing things. And Gordon, keep it going, Gordon. And Jason, I can't wait to see you. And we're going to be doing a mic drop together, right? A mic drop together when I see you. Pictures, video, you guys are all going to see it.
Yeah.
All over. I'm going to get a hug from this big guy, right? And we're going to be doing a lot of what? Dropping the mic. Bam!
I want photos of the
Yes.
mic drop, and I want photos of a hug from the two of you.
Yes,
I
we're doing it.
want it. So you got her name, Jason. Now you connect.
Oh yeah, I definitely we're gonna connect, and then we can actually do something, and then bring in some of my business partners too. I talked to a couple of them. Hey, we're always willing to talk to people who are trying to do some stuff, and actually I gave Austin one of the names for my business partner for her to be in the book. Hopefully, she could be in the book, the next one. Yeah.
Well, listen, I know Angel's got to go. Angel, I'm going to send you. So glad you were here.
Thank you, Austin, for everything. Blessings to everyone. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. All right. So we're gonna give Daphne a moment to get her sound. Here's what I want to do. Let me share something here. I want you all to stay with me, and I'm going to share. Let's see. Let's share. You know what? I'm going to share Lucy. Lucy is she's in the chat, and she's one of our co-authors as well. And she's shouting out to everybody here. Sometimes she has some problem with the tech, but I want to share a little clip from Lucy.
In my darkest moments, I prayed, and something would happen. Either I would feel like a core strength that would push me to move on, and they would push me to other things, to better myself. It's important to be vulnerable because you're not going to help anyone if you're not vulnerable. You can evolve yourself into a person that knows how to heal within, that will find every avenue to get better, even if you don't get the help. As many of you know, or if you don't know, the lotus flower grows in the mud. It comes from such darkness, from the mud, from muddy beginnings. This beautiful flower rises.
And wow, Lucy is such a powerful force. You've all met Lucy, and maybe you have a word to say, but she's working on her book right now, Lotus Rising, a reflection of growth. I know the title's been changed a couple times, but she's revising it. She's tweaking it to make it absolutely what she wants to bring to the world. But she helps women of all ages, overcome things and step into their power, live their authentic selves. So you definitely want to connect with Lucy. Lucy, feel free to share anything in the chat there. And I'm going to check with Daphne again. How we doing, Daphne? We're still on mute. Yeah, so there's a camera wheel at the bottom. And you may want to switch to your computer mic. That might work instead of not working. Okay. Maybe go back out and come back in. We'll try it again. And what I want to go, I'm going to move over to Gordon again, and just to talk about, Gordon, what's your main focus here between now and the end of 2021? Like what's your main focus for yourself, and then what's maybe your main focus for the clients that you're bringing on?
My main focus right now is to keep growing as a speaker. One of my main focuses. Okay. So growing there, and then of course it's also the business that I'm doing for myself and for my partner. I want to grow out the garage fitnesses so I could get these people on board. And that's my main focus right now. And how I'm doing that is each day I just plug out a little bit. It take one little step forward. What I think a lot of people misconstrued is that they think they need to do it all at once. And it's not that. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So there's gonna be some days where you don't want to do things, right? You gotta fall in love with the things you hate to do sometimes. And that's basically fall in love with being bored.
Yeah, isn't that true? And I can say I'm not afraid to say this. I've pulled weeds and I've cleaned toilets, but at that time I wasn't doing it for myself. I was doing it for someone else. But the point is, when you're running your business, of course you want to delegate, you want to do all the things, but there's times you need to clean the toilets, metaphorically speaking, and maybe literally.
Right. And this goes to for everything in life. And it's not just for running a business. This is for when you're working out, you're training yourself. There's gonna be days where you don't want to do it. This goes for when you have to go grocery shopping, or you have to keep the house clean, or you keep this clean, right? Keep this clean through meditation. Be days like I don't want to meditate, right? But I'll tell you what, it's worth it when you do. Oh, you want to hear something really interesting I just did?
Yes.
Austin, Jason, you guys are gonna like this. I went to this Russian bathhouse type thing where it had sauna and cold therapy. And I'll tell you what, the amount of stress, the kind of stress that you put on your body when you put yourself through those things helps increase your dopamine levels and your growth hormone levels. If you guys don't believe me, you can look it up. There's a lot of science that backs it, a lot of neuroscience. And so if you talk about the cold therapy, it was a cold plunge. It was like 40 degrees in there, right? You jump in there. And I try to stay as long as I can there. You challenge yourself. You do what you can do.
Is it water or cryo?
Water. It's water. You jump into it. They have this little wood. It's in Southampton. It's really cool. And then there's a sauna. The first time I walked into the sauna, because I've done NIPI before, where you're in this sweat lodge thing. I just had flashback. I'm like, I got to get out of here. But then I started getting used to it. You keep doing rounds of it. You go back and forth, and then you just challenge yourself. And I'll tell you what, afterwards, when you're done and you take a shower and you put your clothes on, you walk out of there, it's like, wow, you feel like a new man, a new woman, whatever.
I've done the ocean dip. I do cold showers, but I haven't done that yet. But that's something to look into. I definitely am interested in that. Yeah, Gordon, thanks for sharing that, man. I like that because that's, that helps reduce inflammation in the body. But here's what we have. I think we have Daphne. So let's give it a shot. Daphne, are you with us?
I think so.
Yes.
So just a point of reference, if you have another StreamYard tab open somewhere mysteriously, it can shut down things. So that's what happened. There you go.
Well, you're here. I'm glad you made it. We stick with it, just like we
Gordon was saying. Keep trying. We'll get it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're doing here. So, Daphne, I know you've been watching all this unfold today with this reunion. We shared your clip.
I'm so sorry I missed Angel, but yeah, we'll connect. Yeah, hey guys, good to see you. It's been a little bit. Yeah, I'm excited to have a reunion. We've got some cool stuff going on. So yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. And I'm actually going to share the link to the book. My goodness. Right. You can get the book still. If you haven't purchased the book, you haven't gotten the book yet, you can get it. It's Flashpoint. Your turnaround story starts here. 12 incredible stories and the lessons learned. And you can also connect with these authors. Gordon has a book out. Make sure you connect with them. And especially if you want, you're looking at fitness, you want to hire a speaker, or you need legal services. Jason specializes in that. So Daphne, I want to hear from you because I want to talk about this because obviously you were a major part of our book, but while this is happening, your brand and what you're doing has changed and evolved in scope and where you want to take it. And it's kind of blossoming now. So I think it would be worth it,
right.
Not, extremely valuable for you to share what's happening in your world.
So how I ended up in this space doing publishing for people, my skill set had been in ghostwriting and editing. So what I love most is going into people's stories and in their own voices, creating that 3D model of it. So bringing out the emotion, bringing out the storytelling, making sure that readers connect both emotionally and intellectually with the story. And so I've had amazing success with clients doing that. And along the way, I noticed that a lot of my clients were working with people in this indie publishing, self-publishing space, and they're not treated well. There are a lot of people in this space. There are some great ones, and bless them. And I've been able to connect with them so that, you know, if I have overflow, I can comfortably refer them to some amazing people in this space. But there are people out here that are just ripping people off, charging for things that are free, not delivering value on things that need to be done. And it was driving me nuts. So to protect my clients, I walked into this space and said, look, I'm going to do this from start to finish. I will outsource what I need to outsource, but I'm going to make sure everyone is taken care of properly. And then, you know, I've had quite a few of these now where I've done it from beginning to end. And I've worked with a lot of brands. And eventually it became clear to me that I needed to create my own brand. I've always been behind the scenes, building kingdoms for people, developing elaborate curricula, putting giant projects together, always under the brand of my client. And no one ever knew I existed. In fact, you could only reach me by referral. I never marketed. Everything was just a warm transfer. Wow. And awesome. That's how my business built. Then one day, I looked at this e-magazine model that I had been working on with different clients, and again, very, very successful. We made a lot of money and got a lot of exposure, but more really credibility for people when they had their own branded magazine that looked really cool. And I'm thinking, well, why don't more people have access to this? And that's exactly what I created. So I am in the middle of launching an e-magazine called Street Cred. And it is about raising the credibility of people who want to be a part of this platform. And what it really is, if you buy into this, it's not just an ad in an e-magazine or, you know, a paid for article in an e-magazine. What I'm doing is developing a 3-dimensional press kit for people, a massive multimedia press kit through an e-magazine. And all of the skill sets, all of the toys, all of the things that you need, and you have no idea how to create them, we do it for you. Actually, we do it with you. So if you need your video, if you need the big article splash, if you need the memes developed or whatever it is, that's what we're doing through this package. And then if you're already an influencer and you already have a tribe of people following you, then white label your own magazine through us. Every quarter, we're going to have whole new articles. You can sell your own ads in your magazine, which pays for the magazine, plus makes you an income generating source. So this whole concept was birthed through me doing this for other people and realizing I need to reduce these barriers, make it really affordable for everyone to be able to take part of this. And here we are.
Yes. And I have the privilege, I've seen some of the info that you're talking about, what you're creating, and it is awesome. And I think that it opens up a whole new realm for people to get themselves out there in a unique way with someone and an organization who knows how to do it, that has the back. See, that's key. Has the background. It's like, you know, Gordon's got 23 years in the fitness space, so he knows how, and in his own business, so he knows how to do it. Daphne, with this e-magazine, you know how to do it because you've done it at a high level.
Right.
Like
and part of this is also, okay, we're developing this cool thing for people. So if they buy into the ad, which is actually a full multimedia marketing spread, an ad is actually a 3-page spread. which includes an embedded video. If you don't have the video, we can create that for you. It includes a professionally written article that's something you can share. No one wants to share a print ad in a space, but they'll share a video and they'll share content. And that's what we're developing with people. But we knew that that wasn't the end of it, because then people have this great spread, but then what? So we also offer coaching that comes with the package to show you how to leverage this onto other people's platforms, to get onto other people's podcasts, to start doing JV partnerships with this level of credibility. That's what this is all about. So it's more than just a done with you package. We're then going to show you how to use it and leverage it, because that's the other piece that was missing. We were having people buy into the magazine and they're like, oh, this is really cool. And we have some influencers so that it's going to at least a 250,000 people. So our distribution is solid. Okay, but then what? So now I've built in the then what, so that now you know what to do with it. You have a list of podcasts. You have this whole credibility thing that you can show them how to pitch to a JV market. And then now this is really your credibility.
Yes. Fantastic. And, we're going to talk, I want to talk more about that before we close out, because there's your first one is going to be coming out soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely talk about that, but that's a incredible concept. So that's for the authors. That's for anybody who's in this space, who's listening. Let's digress here for one moment. I want to go back, and we're going to share a quick clip, and we have someone else that from the Flashpoint co-author that's going to be joining us. Hint, hint.
Today, and I think that's so important for people just to understand that feedback always isn't negative. A lot of people will may give you feedback based upon the way that they feel. And that's why you have to have a very strong inner self-truth to yourself, and put the hard work in every single day, so that you have the proper mindset to say, I'm going to listen to what they said, but I'm also going to blend up my own recipe for success. The setup for tomorrow is in today. So if I'm not taking care of today, I'm not going to be able to take care of tomorrow, right? So just start, man. Just be true to yourself and just go get it. Just be smart. And being successful is not easy. Courage greater than fear equals success in my life. Try it. It will probably work in your life as well.
Wow, so many gems, right? How much can you pack into a minute? Well, Brandon just did that. I call him the Swiss Army knife of business, and he's with us right now, one of the incredible co-authors. He's got an incredible thing that he's building. Let's bring him on. Let's say hello to Brandon.
Hey, crew. What's going
up,
on?
Brandon?
How are you? How are you guys doing?
Fantastic, man. How about you?
Good, man. Good. It's good to see everybody. Hello, Daphne. Hello, Gordon.
Hey.
Hello, Jason.
Hello,
I love
brother.
that, Austin. Hey. Whoop, 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 whoop.
So, Brandon, I'm glad you carved out. You're a busy guy, and there's so many gems in what you said. The setup in tomorrow for tomorrow is in today. Courage greater than fear equals success in my life. I mean, think about that. That is a great way to put it. It's not saying, oh, I'm fearless. It's like courage greater than fear. So I want to turn it over to you to let everybody know what you do. Let's kind of get to people that don't know about you or the book. I want people to hear from you first, man. So.
Oh, man. Really? I just help people, man. I just, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, in the end for me, it's more about just, obviously I run a business that generates, money so that I can keep the lights turned on, and that so I can feed my family and have the things that we want to have. But beyond that, man, I just want to hang around people like everybody on here today, like everybody, all the authors in this book, and all of your friends and all the people that follow your journey, Austin, along as you're riding the bike, as you're traveling around the country, as you're doing videos. You know, I was just telling my wife earlier in the park today, you know, as I was walking, I was like, you are who you hang around, you know, and that's not a new phrase to anybody. I didn't come that, but like, you know, if I'm hanging around guys that are doing the wrong things and girls that are doing the wrong things, I'm naturally going to fall into that, you know? So, that's why I always hang around you, Austin, kind of in the background and everything else, because I know whoever you're hanging around is tried, true, and trusted, you know, so they're good people. But that's really it for me on that.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. And you show up, man. You know, I'm thinking, I knew in my head, I'm like, Brandon's going to pop on here any minute.
Yeah.
And boom, I knew you were going to show up today, and we'll get into some more. The one thing I want to ask each and every one of you, I think, and we can share this in a way that is going to help the listener, because I know we're having a little party here. We're celebrating, we're talking, but I want to reach the listener, because that's the audience is what matters to me. There's people that are going to hear this. They've been subjected to this information before. There's people that might get this video. They just happen to click on it. And what can we impart to them? So I want you to share your progress, you know, since the Flashpoint event, and what have you, maybe it's a breakthrough, who have you helped, and keep the listener in mind. And that's for every single person on here. So are you up for that? Are you up for this?
Yeah.
So Jason, I'm going to start with you, and then we'll go around.
It's just since the last event, just been out there networking with people, finding a lot of people who have a similar story to me, or their story was a lot worse than mine. Just out there being myself, just meeting people, helping people. It's not what you can't do. It's, you know, just do what you can do and let the rest. I literally was with one of my business partners. I'm upset I didn't stop at Gordon's before I went to his house, because I was up in King of Prussia area yesterday. So I was with my business partner like almost all day, helped them paint and everything. Just being there for everybody else, even when there's no money involved, you know.
Jason, I love how you keep it simple, man. Just being myself, and then helping people, right, when there's no money involved. Like, that's right. How many people will disappear, right? Since the money's they're gone. And that's really, really awesome. And yeah, make sure you look up Gordon next time. He's going to put you in the gym.
Oh yeah, like I gotta take a break a couple weeks down in Six Flags. They didn't make me so happy down in Maryland. I told them I wanted to get off a ride. The guy didn't get me off the ride. So yeah, been having problems with my knees. So taking a little bit of time off right now.
Yeah, not maybe not related, but you were hit by a car and left, right? You were left on the side of the road.
He was laughing for dead. Yeah.
In the book. So I just want everybody to know your story, man. That was it. So you got to get the book if you want to read the rest of the story. The link is in the chat there. You can definitely get the book. So Gordon, what about you? Let's move on. So Gordon, what about you?
So we're sitting there talking about how we're changing, how we're growing. And within the book, in the Flashpoint series, what I talked about is a little bit of how I overcame when I was younger, ridicule and being made fun of. And I think a lot of people may relate to that, and out there might relate to that, right? So one of the things, one of the talks I had, it was only a 6-minute talk, but the talk was so powerful. And the one thing I did was I drew a line in the sand. I didn't know exactly what time that was. I didn't know what point in life that was. I started waking up one day saying to myself, like, I'm not doing this to myself anymore. So I'm not serving myself, and I can't help others if I do that. So I drew a line in the sand and decided to take a stand. And you always hear, we got to step through fear. It's on the other side of fear is success. I really don't think that's what it is. I really think is that you stand inside of the fear and let it come at you. And because there's always going to be there. Fear is normal emotion. So you stand inside the fear, and it doesn't matter. So when people make fun of you or whatever, if they say I'm too short, I don't care. That don't stop me. I'm bald. Guess what? I shaved my head. Who cares, right? You just keep moving forward. Whatever you fear in life, whatever it is, a death, a breakup, or whatever it is in life, you just move forward, step into that. And that's where you see success. because there's always going to be rain before there's sunshine, and sunshine for rain. You have to both chaos and order.
I feel your passion, and man, I'll tell you, it's funny because I was thinking about this recently myself, and the one thing that resonates with me, and it might resonate with you, is that fear, courage, is taking the energy of fear and transmuting it into forward action, positive action.
Right. And you know what's interesting about fear? What fear does? People, they get scared, and all of a sudden they stop, and it stops their heart. They don't move forward. And if you just reframe it and have a different perspective on it, because the same hormones that you're releasing when you're afraid are the same ones that you release when you're excited. So if you just like frame that differently, I remember doing this on the car ride, in the limo ride to the competition, the speaking competition I was in, the ultimate speaker competition by Chris Wyman. So as I was driving there, I was like, you know what? Let me get myself excited about this, and it just changed my whole mindset. And I wasn't scared anymore. Yeah, I still had the jitter thing going on, and it just washed away. Once you get up there too, whatever you fear, once you're in it, you're just in it. You're not thinking about the fear anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fear may come from the belief that we can't do it. I was just at the Van Gogh immersion. Some of you've heard this, but he said, when the voice comes in my head that says I can't paint, I paint, and the voice goes away.
Yes.
And I just love that, man. Like, that's just, here's now the greatest artist, arguably to ever, the greatest painter to ever walk the planet, paintings selling for $100 million. And he's got a voice in his head that says, you can't paint. And then the moment he paints, the voice dissipates. So that might be a lesson when that voice pops up, says, you can't do it, go do it. And then that voice will go away. So that's a great share, Gordon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Brandon, I know you've been absorbing this, and I know you're loaded for something to share here with your journey, your progress from March till now, and how that may translate to the listener that's going to click on this for the first time.
Yeah. The progress has been like 100x, 200x, 300x. And it's not, and I won't say it's been a progress in a monetary standpoint, but in a mental standpoint, it has really given me the confidence to just say, F it. I'm not a big cursor, so just say, F it. I don't care. And it gave me the I know this may be tough for people to understand, but I just got so tired of where I was at, man, and just, when you're around other people that are moving forward, it pushed me to move forward and to hear their stories and say that, and have them share what they share and be vulnerable. I think every great leader is compassionate, empathetic, and they're vulnerable. And they don't care. It's like, hey, I'm going to say this, and I don't care how you judge me or not. And we stay away from politics related, all that type of stuff. I'm just talking about sharing something that maybe you went through. And the best people. I was actually thinking about this morning too, unbeknownst that we were going to talk about it, but just I understand why elders, like in the olden days, were the best storytellers. Because they could relay a message forward, and pull people in. And doing this, again, has taught me to kind of be more of a storyteller, not talk about it, but just share more of my own story, and just whatever I'm talking about. If it's business, if it's something to help somebody out, I always throw 2-3 minutes of my own story in there, and it kind of pulls them in, and goes from there. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. And if you ever get the chance to work out with Gordon, please do. That dude is shredded. And if you ever get to write the book with Daphne, please do. She is a superstar. And same thing with Austin. If you ever get to run with them or ride a bike or talk to them, the same thing with Jason. If you ever want to go to Six Flags and get pulled off a ride and have them stop the whole roller coaster, he's the one to go with, man. So, but all good.
Yeah. That's a great thing said there about the vulnerability and the leader. I just shared a Charlie Chaplin quote, and it says that, I'm going to paraphrase it, but it talks about if you're seeking power, if someone's seeking power, it's usually used to do harm, because anything that you need to accomplish can be done with love. And I thought that is so powerful. That is so powerful. And if you think about it. So that's a great share, Brandon. And man, this is being recorded on YouTube. For those of you that are watching this live, you want to watch the playback, I will send it out via YouTube. Daphne.
Yeah, so I really want to revisit what Gordon said. I have a performance background. My first career was classical voice performance, and all of the study and everything that you do to be able to do that professionally is intense, to put it mildly. But something he said is something that is not well known. It's something I teach all the time, but it is not well known. That stress hormone, adrenaline, that is surging through you, that you think of as panic, is the exact stress hormone, adrenaline, that surges through you, that prepares you for extreme sports, that gets you excited because your child is being born. It's the exact same stress hormone. Now think about that. You have the authority and the power to reframe whether you're frightened or excited or prepared to go to battle, however you want to frame that stress hormone. It's going to react physiologically the same way, but your mindset allows you to use that power or to be afraid of it. Think about that. I mean, really just soak that in for a second, because it's true. And the best voice teachers who are dealing with beginning singers with stage fright and all the things that people go through. And public speaking is like the number one fear of humans. And in today's market, God help you if you can't do public speaking well, because it's critical to catapult any career. But if you can harness this simple tool that Gordon just brought up to us, that's the key. So I just think that was awesome that he mentioned that. And what everyone else is saying, we're going to have different levels of flashpoints throughout our lives. And that's awesome. You might have a spark that changes things and puts you on a different trajectory, or you have the massive scale life-changing thing. And if you take a moment to soak it in, notice it when it's happening, and really take in the power and enormity of it all, that gives you that fuel, the rocket fuel, to power through the fear and the other things that happen. I put my face on a magazine. That's almost impossible for me to think of. If you said that I would do that 5 years ago, I'd laugh at you. It's my clients that go on the magazine to begin with. Secondly, I had no decent photos. Everything looked terrible. And I had one amazing photo shoot with one awesome photographer. And I'm looking at these photos going, who is this person? And this is amazing. And I'm happy to show these to people. And now all of a sudden, my JV partner is saying, you need to brand this thing to yourself. You have to be on the cover of the magazine. And I have the tools to go, okay, wow. And then this thing is taking off. But like you said, Austin, it's not taking off because of my ego or something I wanted to control or have. It's a need that I saw that people had while I was working with them.
Yeah.
And recognizing and responding to those needs in such a way that, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, small businesses, even mid-sized businesses could massively benefit from what it is that we're doing here, but the cost of entry was astronomical. To get into a print magazine is tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, I can do it for a fraction of that. I can get you your own magazine for just a few $1,000s. Think about that. And to be, advertised in it, to have this three-dimensional press package, that's just maybe $2,000 or $3,000. It's wild. And to be able to know that this whole thing started because I just saw a need. That's how the publishing company started. There's a need. There are a lot of people out there doing it well, but there are people that aren't. And if I can help even just steer people in the right direction, maybe I'll go back to focusing on ghostwriting and editing now that I know that there are some ethical players in the field and who they are so that I can direct them. There are all of these amazing partnership opportunities too. Don't ever think you're on your own. When you partner up like Austin and I have, and Brandon and I have talked about, and I'm sure Jason and I will, and Mandy and I are, that's where the magic happens. That's when that magic thing called synergy happens. And the thing becomes greater than the sum of its parts. Yes. And so that's everything that I'm doing now. And it's amazing.
And it's beautiful to watch. And I'm glad to be a part of your journey at this time. I'm going to pause, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna close it out. I'm gonna ask you for one sentence or one power word that you want to leave the audience with. I'm going to share the 9/11 tribute that I created. That I'm not sure if some of you saw that. And then I'm going to make a big announcement. I have a video for that too. I'm going to see if I can dig that up. But now I want to honor one of the other authors that absolutely deserves it, who is with us, but not with us here, but with us on the chat. So here we go.
You wonder how you're going to get out, how you're going to survive. And you hear people say, I'll hate that person for the rest of my life. Hate is a very strong and powerful word, and it carries a terrible connotation with it. The opposite to hate is love. Love is what the world is made up of, our planet, the life we see in it, in nature. So, love is the anchor to forgiveness and grace.
So that is the incredible Mandy Robinson, the legacy ghostwriter. Man, just incredible to watch her journey unfold. She created a poem for Flashpoint. She always shows up, and I'm excited that we're going to be developing more as Flashpoint grows. We have other programs we're working on. So Mandy, I know you couldn't get on here because of the technology, but I know if you were on here, your words and your expression are from the heart. They're eloquent. They pierce through people's walls and layers, and it really cuts through, and it's basically embody it and you live it. So I know you're not here with us, but you are on here chatting. So that's a beautiful thing to watch. And we have other authors. We can't get to everyone today for time, but I want to go back to you all. We'll call these the panel here for this reunion. And I want you to give me like a word or a phrase, just a quick kind of hit. And then I'm going to share a couple videos here to wrap things up. And also, before I do that, you can still get the book. Who was holding up the book?
Gordon.
I was holding it up.
Yeah, Gordon has the book.
Here's right here.
Yeah, you got the book.
Hold
there
up.
it is. So you can get that book by just clicking on the link, and you can get the book. The stories are in here. Jason's stories in here. Daphne obviously had a lot to do with the book.
Who's that handsome guy?
Yep, I'm on the back. I'm on the back of the book. Yep, there's my picture. And like I said, we're working on the second book, the health turnaround story, because we know people are going to need some guidance in health. I'm fortunate that all of you, you embody that. Anyway, you were a part of the Dr. Grant stuff as well. So Dr. Grant's not with us today. He's traveling. Some of the other authors are traveling, but they're with us in spirit. So let's go around and hit. I'm going to go back the other way. So Brandon, I'm going to start with you. A word or a phrase or something, just a boom.
Progress. Progress. RESS. Pra with a hyphen or whatever you call that thing. I'm sure Daphne will
Hashtag.
correct me. What's the thing? Pro with a dash up top or whatever, and then gress.
Hyphen?
Progress hyphen. What I heard.
Progress.
Progress.
There you go.
Day in, day out, 24/7, 365. There is no time off. There is no time off, man. It is a full-time job.
Progress. Daphne.
Compassion. Meet everyone, and most importantly, yourself with compassion. You're going to trip. You're going to screw up. You're going to hurt people and you didn't mean to, or maybe you were in a bad space and you did mean to. Compassion. Just if someone is going through something, meet them with compassion. There's always time to work. There's always time to, shake it off and put your head down and get it done, suck it up. That's all true. And we need to do that at times. But I think we need a lot more compassion with each other.
Beautiful, Daphne. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Well spoken. Gordon.
Assassinate your procrastination by making a destination, and then follow through with determination and discipline.
Wow. You got to say that one again, man. That was a zinger. So let's say it a little slower so somebody can type it in the chat there.
So you're going to assassinate your procrastination by making a destination, and then you're going to follow through with determination. So that basically means you're setting a goal, and then you're going to go towards that goal, and then the determination is the discipline, and you're going to follow through with that.
Awesome. Wow. Is that your quote?
That's my quote.
Send it over to me. I'm going to make a meme out of that thing.
All right. I'll send it
it
your way.
over. We're going to get that thing posted. All right.
So
Jason,
I guess I'm the last one. All right, Gordon, you forgot heavy. You're always lifting heavy stuff. You forgot that at the end. But mine, but mine is perspective. I actually recently, in the last couple of months, I lost a friend. I know him for a couple of years, and with him, he wasn't supposed to live till he was 34 or something like that when he died. He wasn't supposed to live past 3. He had a skin disease and everything. And I never heard him complain or anything. So, if you look at the normal person where they're like he didn't live a full life, he lived a full life because he was supposed to die at 3. He wasn't supposed to live past 3. I mean, you look at my life, a lot of people can say that, I'm not successful because I don't have the material thing. But after 8, they written me off. Like I was supposed to take care of myself. So you got to look at the good instead of always looking at the bad. And I struggle a lot of times with that because I'm naturally a negative person. So taking myself out of that thinking negative to thinking more positive, because we're humans. It happens from time to time, but as long as you have good people around you to help you keep your course, perspective is going to help you out a lot. Oh, you muted. You muted. We didn't hear the bell.
Great share. I'm queuing up the video here, but that is a great share. I would say, for me, I think what's important for us is to really check in and figure out what's needed. The consciousness to check in with yourself and go, what do I need that's going to make me show up, that's going to allow me to show up as my best? And then what does the moment call from me? What does this moment require from me? What does this person require from me? What is this situation that I'm frustrated, I'm about to blow my freaking top right now, right? Something's pressing. What is it really calling for me? What is it really about? And when I do that, I usually find out it's about me. It's about something that is going on in here that I need to flip the script and say, okay, let me show up in service. Let me have compassion. Maybe I do need to just dial up that energy and just go after it and take the freaking mountain. What does the moment require? And I think that dynamic part of it gets us out of our head and gets us into the moment. I was talking to a friend yesterday because I'm looking for feedback. And I think we should, Flashpoint is self-assessment, looking for feedback. I said, what is it that I'm really bringing to the world? What do you feel? And you know what she said? She said, living in the moment. And
that's
really
a bell
resonates
right
because
there.
I'm somebody
do the bell.
who lives it. I can live in my head. Like I can slip into my head, boom. And I'm out of the moment. And next thing you know, like you're missing it. Right. And think about it. When we're in our heads, there's a quote, when you're in your head, you're dead. Maybe it's a little strong, but being in the moment, what does the moment require? Am I still pissed off that somebody didn't show up for a call and I'm ruining this gift that's right in front of me? Am I worried about the long list of crap I need to get done and I'm not giving my spouse or my loved one or my parent the attention that's required in that moment, like when they're opening up their heart? And I think being able to dial into that consciousness sets us apart, and then we're consistently showing up as we need to show up. And that's wow. So anyway, I wanted to share that. I want to honor each and every one of you. I'm going to share this video here. That's what I was queuing up before. And then I got two videos to share. Let's see how this is going to work. All right, here we go. See if this works.
On September 11, 2001, the World Trade Center was attacked. It became known as Ground Zero. After years of hard work and rebuilding, the entire site has been transformed into one of beauty and of remembrance. At its heart is the National 9/11 Memorial. Millions of visitors from all around the world come to this site to pay their respects each year.
Just in case you forgot, it's going to be the 20th anniversary of 9/11 this September. It's been 20 years. The New York City Fire Department members who made the supreme sacrifice in the performance of duty at the World Trade Center on September 11th. "20 years ago this September, our lives changed forever. May we never forget." And I think the other message, at least for me, is that we never forget. And that we remember how fragile life is. And that may death and loss drive us more into life. No, I don't think some people may have forgotten, but I think we get further away from it. We lose that contrast. That's why it's important to remember loss to drive us more into life. And and it's also symbolic that no matter what seems to be lost, there's always a counter. There's a resurrection. There's a rebirth. The New World Trade Center. Behind me, this way, is the memorial. It doesn't replace what is lost, but it's a symbol that, there's new life, there's growth, there's new beginning, there's new chapters, it's new, and it's about embracing all of it, as hard as it and painful as it can be, especially with something like this on such a grand scale. So I wanted to share that with everyone because obviously 9/11 is yesterday. And it's a big deal to remember. And I just felt like it was important to share it because it's part of our history. It's a part of our lives in some way. We all know somebody that was impacted by it. I've heard the stories. I know Michelle met Todd Beamer's wife. We've had people that, I know Mandy had somebody that was supposed to be there that day, and all the different things that are surrounding it. So I just wanted to share that. And I want to give the authors an opportunity, because I know you hung in here a long time. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to make an egress right now if you got to move on to something else. Mandy is in the green room. She finally managed through the technology. So I am going to be bringing Mandy on. So again, if you got to take an egress, I want to give you the opportunity to leave now. You're welcome to stay if you'd like to stay. So give me a thumbs up if you're going to stay. Daphne's going to stay. Gordon.
Austin, I'll probably jump back on in a little bit if it's okay.
Yeah.
If you guys are still on, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And Jason, are you going to stay with us here?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so let me bring on Mandy. Let's bring on Mandy here. Mandy, are you ready? Give me thumbs up. Mandy!
Yes! Woo!
So good to see you. You made it on.
There you go. I've been here the whole time. StreamYard backstage. You just weren't seeing me.
I didn't see you back there. I saw you now. But you're here.
Hey, I'm
right?
here. That's all that matters. Hello, everybody. Big hugs. Lots of love. Mwah. Namaste to you all.
Yes. So, Mandy, I know you've been watching this. You've been commenting. You've been taking all this in. You probably have an ocean of things happening. But let me turn it over to you. Let everybody know what you do first. Give us some context.
Okay, so Mandy Robinson does so much, it blows me away. But the main focus right now is taking the word emotion, splitting it up so that the E stands for energy and then motion. I am energy in motion. And how am I energy in motion? So many ways. I'm now a legacy ghostwriter extraordinaire. So I dedicate myself to move through time and space continuum of a legacy story to bring it to light and put it on the printed page. And I believe that if a story, a legacy story, is left inside somebody, then there is unfinished business for them until it is on the printed page. And I have the skills to do that. I've been writing for donkey's years, whether it's poetry, speeches. As a distinguished Toastmaster, I've emceed events, conferences. I've mentored and coached all kinds of men, women, and students. I taught in a youth detention center for 6 months. So for me, it's all about helping. It's about inspiring. It's about moving people, causing change, and helping them to move forward in their lives so that they can shine just as brightly as every single one of us here is shining to help everybody else that comes across us. So I also have a small coaching business now called Triple M, which stands for moment, mindset, movement. So I'll take a moment in somebody's life. I'll help them to change their mindset, which helps them to move forward. And since I came into Flashpoint, how many books have I got here? Well, we start with Flashpoint. We go to this one out of Toronto, which was The Blessings of COVID. We go to The Best Speaker's Advice. We go to Spiritual Fitness. The list goes on. I'm chapter 1 in Alignable with Fred Possimo. It's so exciting. I'm in a poetry book that Daphne's got on the go right now, and I've turned down 5 other offers because I'm so busy writing and helping other people and coaching them. And just my passion for life is just on fire, like I never even dreamed it could be. Because everything I love to do, to write, to speak, to encourage, to inspire, whatever it is, if you just need a listening ear, if you want a photograph, if you want an inspirational quote, if you want me to write you something that can appear for 15 minutes on an internet, I don't care what it is. This is my passion. This is what makes me alive. And it's bringing in not only high paying clients, and I mean big K clients. It's bringing in people on every level because I have the God-given blessed skills to use that to reach people in here. Help them, no matter what it is. I don't care what it is. Help them to listen to their intuition. Help them to see that they're just as worthy, they're just as loved, that the world needs their light, which is in here, and I can help them to shine, as each and every one of you do here. Jason's on, I forget what he said at the very beginning, but do you know Greg Walker? Jason?
I might.
You know Les Brown, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Les Brown. Well, Greg Walker and he was competing out of Ohio. I was competing out of Toronto, but we were both in Toastmasters competing for the world title at the same time. And we didn't even know each other until after the fact. And it was through Les Brown that we ended up connecting. And so now we're really connected. And when the borders open up, I'll be speaking on his stage as well. It's just so much that if you'd have said to me 1 year ago, you're going to be all over the world, you're going to be doing this, you're going to write 6 or 7 books, you're going to inspire the heck out of everybody that comes across you, I would have said you need locking up. There's no way. But yes way. I'm living proof that if you've got a dream, if you've got a passion, you can chase it, you can fulfill it, you can become it. Never, ever, ever give up on your dreams. Live your life to the fullest. Be happy, love who you are, and give the world the best of you.
Beautiful. At any stage. I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm in the middle, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I've got this, I got a funny hair, I got a cowlick, I got a big forehead. Look at my forehead. Right? I got a giant forehead. You know what that's like going through life with this forehead?
Wait till you fall off the bike. You'll soon find out.
I plan to stay on the bike. We
are setting the intention for you to stay on the bike.
And by the way, stay tuned for that information. Mandy, tell us about this dress you have on.
What, this dress?
Yeah.
This is just one of my absolute favorites. So it's off the shoulders. It's full sleeve, but I've got it rolled back because we're into high humidity right now. My head is just pounding. Okay. But this is lace, okay? So it's me. This is a Mandy outfit. The color is perfect. Dress? Sorry?
Is it a custom dress?
Yes, it is.
That's a custom. I knew it. That's why I said something.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I wasn't even thinking custom. I was just thinking, this is how I feel today. Blessed to be alive, grateful for everybody, everything, every breath I take. And this speaks volumes to who Mandy Robinson is. That's why I put it on.
Okay. Mandy, you said it, Ocean. I just want to give the other authors an opportunity if they want to say something back, because here's the plan of action. We're going to go around. Everybody's going to share their connection point so people can connect with you. That's important because there's people that have been moved by your messages today. I say they've been stoked, provoked, evoked. They want to connect with you. So I want to make sure they connect with you. I'm going to share the exciting news about the bike trip, Journey to Freedom #2. And then we're going to say goodbye. And we're going to, this is a goodbye for now, just for now. And you're going to have an opportunity to stay connected in our community as it continues to build organically with everybody, like the people you see on here. So,
can I just say one more thing quick?
Of course.
Of course. So I just want to extend, as I always do, deep, unabiding gratitude and love to you. Because had you not been in that canyon, when I met you, we would not be here today. So my connection to Austin and coming into Flashpoint and being a co-author in this book, which has led and is leading and is continuing to move me into greater things, has also brought me to become an integral part of Flashpoint. And Austin, I know you've already said yes to this, so I just want to let people know that this big honor that you've bestowed upon me is huge, and I feel so blessed. Austin's asked me to be the spokesperson for Flashpoint, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up, because as you know, I get so passionate and I'm building team. But Mandy, yes, you are absolutely the spokesperson for Flashpoint. There's no one else that I could even think of that is more fitting. You embody it. Like, yeah,
I do.
You embody it, and I'm not going to share the poem today, but maybe we'll share. Maybe I will. You know what? We're going to share that poem today. We're going to share that poem today. So, but right now, I just want to give the authors an opportunity to share anything, because Mandy's speaking. Is there anything that you want to reflect back? Or are you just kind of like, I'm cool? Like
me?
No, the authors, the other authors.
Sorry, go.
Because you just said a lot.
I mean,
give them an opportunity to reflect back to you.
Hey, I only just got on.
I wouldn't have met you if I didn't do join the Les Brown thing, because I met Laura through one of his events, and then I came on her event and I met you. So
yes,
yeah. You never know what happens when you show up, right? Brandon says this all the time.
Keep showing
You show up. I'm telling you, if you just get yourself to show up for things, you'd be surprised what opens up. Jason, you're here because you showed up for the Laurel event, right? Gordon showed up for the Millionaire Mind. We met there. I showed up on Facebook at the Grand Canyon. You know, I showed up for Emilio's tribe with Spiritual Fitness, and Emilio showed up at a Toastmasters meeting one time, and I was speaking that night. We connected, and then we found out all these other connection points. So you just never know what that one connection can lead you to. So yeah, Jason, absolutely.
So yeah, well, for me, and Mandy has always been supportive. I mean, even the stuff I put on Facebook, there's always a little heart. Or listen, I noticed those things, Mandy.
I know.
And you also said something earlier that was really interesting about energy, right?
Emotion. Yep.
Emotion and energy. And what was funny, when I was at this Ultimate Speaker competition by Christoph Wyman and Michelle Wyman, after the event, they gave me this stick, and we all used it while we were standing, and we all held hands, and it shows us that we're all energy. And this is how it works.
Yes.
It's called an energy.
Do that again. Do that again.
I'm not. There's no tricks. It's my energy. And if we were all touching each other's hands right now,
you'd feel, yes, it would all go on.
Yes. And it just goes to show you we are all energy, right? So
yes.
Yeah, 1, 2. Here.
By the way, this is not plugged into the wall.
It's plugged into Austin.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being a speaker on that stage too, Gord. I think it's an amazing platform, and I loved your deliveries. But I was background, so I couldn't comment. That's okay.
That's okay. Next time.
Next time.
Gordon's got all kind of tricks up his sleeve, and quotes. We're going to get that quote again. So yeah, Daphne, anything would you like to share about that?
I'm just really blessed that I was able to be a part of your stories, that you entrusted me with them, and that now they're published. And I hope that, you realize that there is more to come. It's not, your chapters aren't over, they're just beginning. And where you can take this from here, remember that a story, when it's shared, is where the greatest power is.
Yes.
Because then you get to impact others with your experience, so that maybe they have it a little easier than you did.
Yeah. And maybe your story makes it a little easier. And I love the quote that I've shared many times is what you keep, you lose forever. What you share, you keep forever. And I think that really hits with the story. It's with the story. And, I pull things out of the ether, but the new Matrix movie is coming out. Are you a Matrix fan? Anybody a Matrix fan? Right. So the new Matrix movie is coming out, right? You've seen it's like, oh man, I got chills. I can't. And people are already chirping up. Oh, it looks like the original one, but so what? The original one was awesome. I don't care if they use similar themes. Go for it, But what I wanted to share is, back in the 60s in the drug culture, there was a song written called White Rabbit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, here it is. They pulled this song in the trailer. And what the lesson I took from that, I'm hearing this revised version of the song. And it's so fitting for the movie. And I'm like, if they never wrote that song, if they never put that song out there, right? So here it is, 60s. What's that? You're talking about in the 60s, late 60s, 70s, to 30. So you're talking about 50 years ago. Something from 50 years ago is now going to give a rebirth because they wrote the song and they shared it. And, it's not a guarantee that everything you share is going to go, far reaching, but when you share it and you do it the right way, it's there forever. And you never know where it can go. Someone could pick up a book, someone could pick up something you wrote 50 years from now and grab a concept that you shared, and who knows where it can go. And that's the power of sharing your story. And that's the power that's happened here with these authors. And never, ever devalue that. Always value that, right?
And all of these stories, everything you do, everything Daphne does, everyone associated with Flashpoint and what we do here comes not just from wanting to share the story and be an inspiration to other people. It comes from a basis of love. And love is the greatest force and power in the universe. And we see it morning, noon, and night, unchangeable. And when we act from that place of love, the energy just goes out into the universe. And as Austin says, you never know where it's going to land and whose heart you're going to touch.
Yes. So you all have been amazing. I'm gonna move you into the green room. You're free to stay or go. I'm going to share two more things. I'm going to share the Journey to Freedom 2, which is going to be, we're doing that now, sponsorships. I got some exciting news to share on that. And then I'm going to share the poem, which I believe I have queued up here, Mandy, so you don't have to read it again. We have it. I believe we have it queued up in here. And then we're going to say goodbye. And again, this is just a goodbye for now. That's all this is. So Jason, I'm going to put you in the green room. Thank you so much for being here. Love you, brother. Stay connected. Gordon, I know we got to connect. You sent me your link. We're going to do that this week. Thank you so much. Daphne, love and hugs. We need to connect this week.
Yep.
And then Mandy, so you can stay in the green room. And we got a couple more things to share. All right, everyone. So this has been an absolutely, I'm just humbled. I am humbled. And I think you kind of know when you're doing something, when you feel like you're the vehicle of, right? You're not the main attraction. You're just the vehicle of something that is bigger than you. So I'm going to share something here to kind of launch the Journey to Freedom number 2. And this should be, if you haven't seen this yet, I trust it's going to hit home. So here we go. As you know, last year, 2020, in September, I embarked on a 34-day cross-country road trip that led me to the Grand Canyon and beyond. year, in 2022, I will be embarking on another journey. It's going to be Journey to Freedom number 2. It's Flashpoint. Your turnaround story starts here. Journey to Freedom number 2. And the goal, I will be embarking on a cross-country bicycle trip. I'm going to ride a bike from coast. Well, I'm going to cross the country. The route will be determined, hopefully by your feedback. We're going to link up with a charity. We're going to have sponsorships, all kinds of exciting things. We're going to create new content, and you can be involved in some level if you choose. All right, everyone. So that's the exciting news. If you want to follow along with that trip, there's a link. You're going to get the 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs. You're going to get this is new. We are giving you a complimentary pass to our private community. You can get in there. So I'm going to be posting all parts about the training, content. We're doing the Napoleon Hill series right now. I'll be reading that tonight. We do all kinds of things. The people in the community, such as Mandy and Lucy, everybody shares in that private community different content that you can grab. Plus, you can follow along and be a part of it and make sure that you are progressing. Like Brandon said, who you hang around is everything. If this feels like your vibe, we definitely want you to be a part of the journey. So click on the link. You're going to get the 9 questions as a gift. You're going to be put in the private community as a gift, and you'll be able to follow along. And this will be in 2022. And I've just decided yesterday that this is going to support mental health. Mental health. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. The charities will be determined, but I will focus on mental health. Your turnaround story starts here, and we're going to put more light on mental health because it's something that is still to this day is not talked about enough. And the solutions that are out there, to my opinion, there's some great solutions that need to be augmented more in this journey of mental health. So Journey to Freedom number 2, you are invited to participate. We're going to gain sponsors, like I said, and all that is forthcoming. And I want to share with you one more thing as we go. But I want you to type in your word right now. I want you to type in your word in the comments, and I want to highlight you. What is your word to close out 2021? This is your time. You've listened to us. We've shared our hearts. We've poured out. What is your word? Because if we do all this, and you walk away being entertained, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, we want it to be entertaining, but I want it to move your heart. I want it to move your mind. I want you to tap into what's most important to you. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Are you feeling me with this? So let's grab your words. I'm gonna share them up on the screen. Type in your word. What is your word for 2021? All right, here we go. I'm going to share some of these words right now. Laminate. Laminate. I would love some more. Hey, it's your word. So whatever it is, we honor it. Laminate. Here we go. Limitless. Limitless Lucy. How's that? Limitless Lucy. There you go. Limitless. That's a great one. Peace. Peace. There was a time in my life when I literally, if it's your word, I'll give you a little suggestion. I went to the store and I found this beautiful photograph, and it It was these different photographs, but it's spelled out with different architectural elements. P-E-A-C-E. And I hung it on the wall. Peace. Inner peace, maybe, right? Self-respect, Emilio. I'm glad you joined us, Emilio. Self-respect. How many of you need some more self-respect? Self-respect. That's a great one. Mandy, magnificent. Mandy, magnificence. Beautiful, beautiful. Michelle, I know this to be true. Rise. Rise. And let me add some more context to that. Create in your rising, create an updraft that takes other people with you. That doesn't keep, you on the mountain, everyone else is down here. Take everyone else with you in your rising. All right, here's what we're going to end on. Are you ready for this? Mandy, since you are the spokesperson, you just announced it. This is a poem that Mandy Robinson, legacy ghostwriter, has created, and she's a published poet, by the way. She created this poem for Flashpoint. Little did I know when I set out last year to go to the Grand Canyon that this was going to reverberate and continue to reverberate throughout the world. And I want you to know that I am a vehicle. That's it. I'm a vehicle, as are you a vehicle. There's great things inside of you that need to flow. And this thing up here might be stopping them. There might be an ocean that needs to flow out that could literally feed the world in some way. But this thing is in your way. A limitation, a script, a rule about the way things have to be in order for you to move forward. So I'm going to share this one more time. Grab the 9 questions. Get the 9 questions. Get into the Journey to Freedom group. It is a gift. It is a gift, and it might be the greatest step that you've ever made that could change your life when you show up. So I'm going to end on this. I want to say I thank every single person that clicked on this. I love you. God bless you. Take a step for you. That's it. I'm going to end on this. This is the Flashpoint poem that was written, created, written, and orated by the Flashpoint spokesperson, Mandy Robinson. Bye for now, everyone. Make sure you take a step right now. Have a great Sunday.
Flashpoint became the energy carrying me to beautiful places that allowed me to build momentum in the process. I rediscovered the power still inside of me that brought awareness of how I'd overcome adversity. I would give myself time, space, and grace to explore this new gateway with flexibility to attain all that I must now address. Granite Dells, Prescott, Arizona. I marked in my agenda that this would be decision day for me. I began to dance with possibilities, allowing my imagination to run wild and roam free. Remembering my purpose in the unraveling full power. I see the horses in North Carolina galloping on the pinnacle of a beach. And I behold my future. For now, I see. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. God bless you. Have a wonderful Sunday. Stay connected. Stay plugged in. Bye.